address in the email no ipap@mfa.gov.gh and a consular@mfa.gov.gh. But one thing I found interesting in the statement is that even though statement kasa about high risk jurisdictions, no, the statement didn't mention those jurisdictions. Ose, ma'am, well, that's what I'm saying. Because me kind of, I thought that there would be a paragraph for me who the high risk jurisdictions are Ghanaians are advised to be careful going in there.
As a statement, it doesn't sound like foreign affairs statement.
It's some
more of something within the political space. Yes, that's how it sounds to me. So, what kind Ministry of Foreign Affairs for letters? Open one of the best in terms of civil service, the public service, because
of the training.
Because of the training.
Yes.
They are very diplomatic and their choice of words, they weigh them.
Yes.
As a way, it sounds a bit more
falling short of that standard.
Yeah, that's how it sounds to me. As a minister's interference in probably the drafting, it was so dodo. Because mindless act, these are not words you usually find them in Ministry of Foreign Affairs for and probably say foreign affairs for said
yes.
And kasa information come to my all kind of statement. I went to Ministry of Foreign Affairs for website.
Yes.
Now me share say and kasa information because it's pressing.
Yes.
And some details be who say but means bibia sa ewo enti as a Minister of Foreign Affairs settings omuntu ni down kakra na omumma ni nkwa adwuma no because we ye maame no ye nuanom ma ye busuafo na ewu enti wo kan wasem a enya afi na wo be garnish no yente so and go to the real issues.
Yeah, I don't know if a genuine omission and now say maybe they just decided to keep because the statement makes direct ways say Ghana's embassies and high commissions in selected jurisdictions are on high consular alert. Which jurisdictions? Because it says the government of Ghana wishes to advise Ghanaians who intend to embark on essential travels to areas of concern and areas of concern areas being, and I think in the spirit of openness and trying to inform Ghanaians, we have to know because US
they actually do it.
Yes, USA my travel advisory to citizens. They are clear.
They specify
Ghana, Nigeria, where maybe a genuine omission. I be at the ministry.
Settings in the doors. Settings in the doors.
Obi ma
busket.
Oh na
me nyame adom.
Ana say you Ramos.
Ke ho pa.
Akweti aboko.
Yeda nyame ase. Nyame adom
yeda nyame ase.
Bibia ekoso kama.
Yeda nyame ase.
Se Onyankopon de odi wachi a ne
de obeye bia yi.
Ekoyi na ya na enipa omu nya ya na nka onsa sifom. Pai born and we lose
baby.
She was Yankopon Guswa. Otun super edigu yamai so akweti account.
O kasa asemin crown ama kai bibia the boss for Media Foundation for West Africa.
Okay.
Suleiman Abrahima. Or the or ye post bi o Facebook say ebi mon pai bo mo bo kroma no.
Enya
me pena makines.
Obi kan answer. Serious.
But also tell mem.
Obi
ya akuti abo bebrebe ni enfa mu mai. Amemo nso fa akuti abo.
In the way Suleiman Abrahima or say I just realized there are some Ghanaians who for political reasons wish and pray that things should go bad in our country. They wish the cedi begins to fall to the dollar. They will be happy to see $1 being equivalent to 20 cedis. They wish fuel prices skyrocket. They will be happy to see 1 liter of petrol selling at 20 cedis. They wish to see unemployment at an all-time high. They wish there is doomsday. They wish the economy gets back to where it was in 2023, 2024. And they wish for more of such. Unfortunately, The majority of such persons are those who have, and way on one way too. The majority of such persons are those who have stolen enough to be able to stay through comfortably when things get bad. Let's collectively work, wish and pray for a better Ghana for all. But a fair comment.
This is a very political statement.
Don't worry. What they say. So about politics, it is be a political statement. Don't worry.
No. So it's not for media foundation. This is a very political view.
You see, Obi Areho. Kroi na meno eno na me ni obi di nkomo. Na me ka kire say enye bibia. I say on say Obi sebe so enjoy goodies bi so ahun nyama koye ma udi twa cake birthday cake mu o mu wahu videos no ye di birthday won framam so ahun ye nyama akese e wo kroma na power fumes na wunya saa nyama ni biowa 1 year per month mintina just 1 year after 8 years near eti kroma unto mo boase Debbie, you see Ubeka. Say Bibi koso enya. What is wrong with this statement?
Foreign affairs.
Foreign affairs must we criticize everything?
Is not wrong.
What's
what
wrong?
I'm saying is
it's fine, but this is a statement.
Okay.
If I say na your friend is saying areas no ebia baby say ebia 1,000 control. This is a statement to at least asemaba.
Yes.
The Foreign Affairs Ministry woni ebi musemonte omonka. Mpacho what you say? And this statement aba. Kire se ne akoso no President Mahama so akasa wo.
Yes.
If sasemu ye ode kase asemu asi ne sabia asemu aye kan wo kofie biemu a if you jedum, it is a serious matter. Me kwaba wa medu. And we my fan so amanyo se my nyesa ade kura. Otro ni say otro brofu say. Asamu a okan asamu asi a ya manfo ewu sa wu ya we bia prepra. Na Foreign Affairs Minister heka enye sabre kura me kura me ne ya adwe enye sabre no obe at the appropriate time no as a government no this statement no be ba no akere baby bia problem.
You don't think being the first statement from the ministry. Now we're making reference to say there are some areas of concern.
Yes.
As a Ghana for person omo
yes.
Take precaution.
Yes.
Areas
in the meantime, we my
yes.
So one request is adi. Inti baby asemu isi ye area of concern.
Oh, of course.
But no has beyond or honor.
Yes.
So it's a legitimate demand. Okay. You can make, but no take anything away from this statement on a particular issue. Asemaba, a see baby. And I say area of concern, baby or SC, but because of the SC, no per se, on baby problems, it's a legitimate demand.
Sure.
And I'm sure the ministry will take it on. Okay. But my saying all kind of
tone,
language on where the use ya sabe kwan faswa yen kai busuafo ya hwe sa kwan yiso anka odan o se ya kwan netene na nka on use wet ben so no anso ebe ye no love letter kamu akro ya yenya modan obi.
Okay. Former DCE for Upper Dentra West, Ambrose Amoa Ishia.
Okay.
Or say, Obi, please tell Fiifi Boafo that the letter you read in respect of the Burkina Faso killings is apt. Given the nature of the killings and given that the act was perpetrated by insurgents, the language couldn't have been any better. Ambrose Amoa Asia in the Fiifi. Okay, when a lot of people disagree.
So,
at least two people.
Yeah. Obi, I still there's another person. Sasu Mensah sent me a message and then he holds the same position.
Yes. But as you hold.
As I hold.
Sasu Mensah. So nana ejuma. Sabi am madam for. Timunia from the same. You see.
We are saying no. We are saying Obiane said ye asemoba. Ojeno.
Yes.
Me, I still maintain say. And nsem ni bi wo ho a ye ka de fiafia ho a ehun hia. and I believe in this case, sa statement, some of the words, I was trying to get the statement.
He referred to maybe your car said the government of Ghana strongly condemned this mindless act of and express its solidarity with the government and the people of Burkina Faso in this dark hour.
So, Obi, dear see no one. Any says, you can't remember Yako and for Mebusia or Marshall or Mandela politics in Tianukrawanka. A tosumi, a sansu a COCOBOD at the Mayan Segana for say, Yanyashi ye away anamuntum. Obi nim baby, I rehusemetisi, a bequaco to be. In tier 2 near, they also say now so what more Yako enough Wayafi. Now, a sansu here say, or may you know. Your uncle for a dear Sudi, and yet you may be a show on Sam. Yes, uncle for no, may know your tax, Itriano, Itriano Casse or Munya Sedjuman and Famaye. Say any pay be any uncle for or Yajuma foreign affairs. Say any pay be any or more Yajuma security agencies and national security. Or Masun dear Bakone say, Emia Basabasaye, a Kosovo. Emia Oqua 1 year. Atrenche mu etese de akoto abusu afoi ebetumi ato no eyo masede so mbo
boy amane
eyo madwumon, and that's why we pay them. Enti se bibi se asi no ma moye kokwa bibi ensi e ho kwan se eyo mama yehwe yetua sa ankofo no kare ye bisa won se enti de asi ye no na munim a de enti and a mama say, I heard the Okowa. I'm not saying said they should have known. It is possible, so it is equally possible. Say, be as I did not, and your mouth will be ample frame. That's one more frame into a man. It is a man who are. Hey, now sounds careful.
If you are not started in NDC Brazil, you see,
someone somewhere for Ghana for
get tomatoes on fire.
One shiny
never normal.
So one but yet there be an acquire cooking for 7 and you're cooking for 8.
And I buy being also. I was so now which
was we are concerned, so we are Ghana and he said, we are power. So one shiny Nasi are more cocoa. Therefore, for Bibi for Fratano, a bet me up to Nipa Biu. And yet they're down the Antinaho. Nancy, a Syria near the Enseguieti, a radia woo, a dear now tree, now where do you free? Nanso say a boy and cocoa. E bia nanka. Yenu anumi ye koya, I will say metisi ya kotono, and kankwan kotono. The ebeshwe, a dear free. Ya name musifu a dear jumetisa asha one son say, ya basra won, or mumani naho. Ne bi ba, or mumwa coco. Statement ya wukan ye. Eno chire ye mienu say, ye won mia bi wo a asem wo. Enti se wo ko ho a, e wo so wo yahwe yi. De se e fata eni say ombebo ye koko. Se enuanom wo hu kwan so betumi akoma bi apeso okoso. Nanso sa bia yi de wo ko a yahwe yi. Ebi wo kra na betumi a kire wo se nto osu betumi akwakoto susu ampa. Nanso certain areas in Burkina Faso de enko. These are things we expect. Say abemu nipa ebe yamaye. Say wo kan we ya na nye say bia wo mpe minister bia asemu. Na emum wo dwene wo ho na wadwene mu nuanom so eho na wabosa akokọ no. Who knows? Obi a china enimre unu obi ahia onu di business nkomo bi. Oh, obi betumi aye say ni ntichale mabuku meeting kra wa say yen sori ne enko. Mano de suminas obekọ no na kwanhia etese akoto wo kwam. Wanka bia anhim. Enunti na se ye kase omo yetua wonka omo wasudie ni asede so omo boy amane fa ne metisa ho no omo amoy amane a no omo di abro no ye kan say na nyese bia wo chira ban yo. It's their responsibility to do that, and if they fail to live up to that responsibility
omanfo ne timi eka
now they won't.
Now also was Simon Suleiman Abraham post a can in term now. On fan and see where no number about hopper.
Sule Asama or
now Sule the enemy. Asama Sule Troy.
no kre se ubenyo obi wo memu a ne yemu a nanka dollar no ate akodu 20 okota kwa sisi a minim kofo a omompa e boni se dollar ne nko 20 wonim di ntia omoma dwuma omoye no ye pegi omo salary no to the dollar enti ono no so okaka se dollar na tia batena
o ha no
enti e bia ono no de ohwehwe no ye obi anso ne de, and it could even be political anything in the pakro no ohwehwe se niema no obi anso wo generate auto generator se dum so de ba e ba beto generator and enti sa enti e bia na ni pakro mpa e bono no. But if you read the motive mane ko yese ya manyofo obi o ma benya sika enu de adwene sa na
wiye sika enye so o ma benya sika
wiye sika fa dance e bra obetumi de dance aba na bisa ho se ayene na saade no aba na ana ayene na suledie wahu. Is it the first time obiti o mamu a bibi koso a on your susu se enko bone? Is it the first time? Time passed.
So it's not the first time. Okay. So in fact, some susu se enko bone. Nemo mnya first time.
Oh, asema make some hia mo anka me frɛ me hia mo a mama to
am
I'm saying say enya bia no when day di kan ebre di kan a obi ti o mamu obompa e bone ana e bia na enya first time, and I know it is not the first time. Sule,
but I know your admission say
I am
bompa e bone
me de me mo sa ampa ye no.
Okay.
And minimum be obo sa ampa ye ni bi. But I'm only telling you, say, minimum comfort, for example, or here's $1 in the cost. For example, you were exporters without COCOBOD chief executive, the empire bonus and $1 because it affects a human now, or you know, Obi are into exports. Or you shall say, enka or exporting in Yamanunya Sikana, or the sound, Obinya Kessie, Yen Yanimeti or Bruchiri, or here's and discarded about Onanea. Emubedu. Say, if I crown where we are seeking or Obos Empire Nana. It is all kind of sana. Now, ye did this any patronatem. And you need to be careful how you communicate things like this. But I'm only repeating, say, where wouldn't be the first time? Bibi atesano, esi. Nemum, san kamudaya, was a queen. And them papa.
Obi, honorable, yes, sure.
Eda so gina ba bi gina areho ye nuano mu nyaboche ye nso mako yom flag bearer la jazz ne goodies no mo enjoy.
I no can say my sure.
Oh, so bia ne your person
o de mogu o de
so o mu nya bio asem na how. But you see o de mo fampai bon tie his excellency achi no nya na fam de na kan yinia enye fuel bo na efo camera calls edru ede enye fuel no de do ba bi o de adu one to fuel
villages
or they do villages out so fuel not nyame na dum say fuel bo ayefo ti
so for say aka no 40 villages
under President Mahama say any redu gitama kromechi ananwumre say ne fuel le do say
na man fuel mo de ko ye
na ene bo anya fu am betimi ato fuel ne na munkrase
kan no
mamen kamasem na nim
we are
obi you see kroi aya na emu anika yi eno na America
okay
aya rehosem ye ma abusuafo ni ayako se ne President Mahama aka no na enipa yi di se adwuma no na rehosem ne se yen papa no ye maame no som yen kramusum no se din no omde to om so so nya sa na kramusum no etie ede na abai ese obi a namba bia na nkasa bridge ha no na ma ebisa free utimi ko omuso timi ba na mashada na moteba bi na mudi boni sei ye maame nom no eya de omu konfie bebre na omu koba science mu yetimi see even developed countries sa nyama we sisi tima reho but ma yenye attribute we say obi na anye say no obi na anye say
obi adwuma honorable
obi adwuma you see politics no it is a cocoa
give notice enti man nya te say nya ni ka man adwuma
you see
ya wo adwuma na wa adwuma na wo se
me bia me kasa se me ba ha ya na ye kasem ni wia because o ma ba ha enti no ye wia na fe ya be politics no because every beyond the BBI politics But see, a back corner, sir, because more political power
drawing attention.
Let him finish. You have your time.
But you see, some will be corner say, yeah. Ye wie ya mabusia for ya akono ni afesi omo politics na omo yenu. Kray, is it the first time a tragedy say yes?
Like a terrorist attack?
No, terrorist attack. Well, it depended. Send ya be defining because ni abeni. But nipa ko baby na bibi atom. E wo krom aze e be outside the country. No ma ko na bibi atom. Any misfortune na na say bibi atom wo baby omo. A first time a BSC kroma. Ti Drew say na. So to me a bold say first time and afi yakọ references no. But my yenye ho say esa na say justify obi so hu ne make no. But ya rehosem obi fie eja na dum. Ti ya ba say na ya ba minim say koko 17 no aba. Nti we ne de ne ama yakọ. Ne ejai minister antro say wa tro say Sabi yes obi nso bekwa akọfa bra wo COCOBOD nso statement outre ni ana for be edit na chief examiner wasko ni ekoya na ye bai etinya no ni asem no asem na reho minister you see words me gidi say even the Burkina Faso government kra no odukra be use harsher words than this because enye mami nya botre slow there be 1 second be wonya 1 menya 1 wenya 2 mami nya 2 no okra ko 3 Wow, inti yanya na sa ni emma ya akoye wi a na fe koko sam ni nti a obaye no na no
ada na kaze koko nti na mbaye stop issues there we want to discuss
awake enye koko nkwa oh okay
ye Ghana
for say no kan MPP communication
Ghana for we ni Ghana for we kan ho asema na da ho asema nya MPP ni MPP ni
o menim so kan communication koko 17 no aba oh, okay.
My MPP ni.
Okay.
Now there's my first my guy.
Oh, there be tea. I'm not nearby.
MPP close to me because I we na me MPP ni ana.
You that before say. Oh, okay. It is I don't know what basa oba beka. We yanhwe ne yanka no. But we ne de ye mabusu join me. Ne mabusuafo ni ayako. Ne asi ne ne.
Yeah, say many omo chairman din komo no. This particular group ekoye no. Almost all of them fit for radio.
Oh.
Traders from work for radio.
Oh.
Yeah.
Any be cry tomatoes will be harder.
Where you for radio for. And the moon so.
Obi asem no enye ma yenya no cry yenya
omo bodies because of how na ye no. Say mass brand you must see
obi so hu eno na minister kan sa de no yenka ho asem ese ye careful. Proi e bi afi ye di social media e kono enye ne bi ye be wiase kra no bi ahede nya storage a save because of course e be boa no so de be den you so bit be bia ne be ko school tete no nsem ba se ya mpanifo ko hia no ma dwen se ne ye be kokra kokka asem na kire busua ne nkofo asem foforo ma ene de ye ya no bia capture no wa forward na se ya bona ba so on naja owo original video no forward asem atu obi ene na busua ne bi kra wo ba bi no bi afọwadi amanse hwe ne yesi ato o maame wasa the casualty for abefio it is hard ya ye ne hwe ne ye it's only say to me enye ya huni pakro or publishers ade no nka the law could even catch up with the person
they can trace it
so see you bet to me I think see set example it's not fair we cannot continue like this because we no sabro bi kra collapse ye nim ni ato no nso enti yantu ye boase na bibi base ya ye hu sania se mpanifo okrom e base ya esese ebia eho embassy eho e de report sheda de bre eyi aban owa ha na aban tu nipa kra mpo ekọ abusua ho e hwe kwan e befa so e be ka asem no so wa watch ya won say ene sebe se yadehye yededa om ni ade ne yi na cameras ko wonim say ya restrict say obi emfa encapture ba bia nipa ne da no it is say obi free mu say na ko ba se mu capture wo mo phones so na mo forward e de kire wo de ofie ye ti wo share se ba bia afie eje adum no omo nso ne ebeto omo nto menye ye nhwe sa ade ne ye me de ne metimi aka no na we yakọ serious matter
especially people of Kofori
terrible
men ka bi nto so say sal suban no yensesa me personally mempe gory pictures ehwe and se me no wo page so o de say man beto so a se nye page a me a me pese me wo so a o ye ba ko me nu me delete me ho afiri mu mempe say de no because I don't like to see obi or wo yaw and we are sharing it and no emwa nti I think that make be at honorable the answer say ye nyai say so mind e you nua na ne ho akire no sabi o we na wo de kire no so we need to be careful. But the bit I'm expressing, honorable say the year politics, politics. The year can here some because the making a COCOBOD say yenhwe na yentu one among. Okay, say honorable Albert Camp that part time as National Security Minister. Do maybe cause and I'm sure it happened was Empire FM near bought jingles on radio stations. When you see something,
say something.
Say something.
Yeah, I remember.
And on the Burkina and Mali is and anything they can say when you see something, say something. It is part of the means, ye de bo or mine who buying. It is a Kobani said, baby, or 1 year back on ye benyasem. Na bambo phone any information. No moon to me moya coconau coca. Also yaman yosema. Sabi you say ni penny free moi. And why yaman yosem? And yaman yosem. It is something that will protect us. So mindful. And it's our asudia. This asudia no. So now for yen but maybe another quick one.
Debbie.
I say me see that bay.
Friday evening, I'm told.
Friday, and that bay.
And Tuesday.
And that's about. If you had a member that question that you had never 5 days.
What's the issue? Is it because of
foreign ministry? I feel no about.
Now,
other
sectors, no,
interior statement was just a holding statement. And for see, interior at the end here, interior when a Juma within this is a foreign affairs business, something that happened in Burkina Faso. Sure, America for yes, America for Aquachiri Mampenibi. But the answer so now foreign minister or boleta woman for and then I feel now over. Emphasia.
Obi. Ekosiisen higher
You see on politics now.
5 days.
You've made your point.
You see on politics now.
Yes.
Nah.
No.
Yenyaisa.
Okay.
Yenyaisa chrese. Sabe abain krona. You've even had the President of the Republic speak on the matter. Sabe yewo embassy ho. Okay, it is expected. So mo be briefy unim protocols and send city. Sabi you ntimi sorry akeke nkasa. Interior Minister, ono so ye ne colleague minister, cabinet minister, ogina mo aban na. Ada one kasa only a foreign minister no, one no problem. What is the issue? Asam because me tiase. Asam abai. And your kind of side na ezenye. Because statement asam body bufu release o se problem wo ho. Wo se wansa nkasa ntem so no so problem.
Diplomats don't talk in anger.
Diplomats don't talk in anger.
Yes.
Hey. Anger na wa hanen dey.
Wo se o na make wo se bisa me bisa.
And no dey bufu e dey aka sam say ade esi ye na ye yaw. Sa won pen sa bia nka se nkoka se ye odoso no mdi ku o mo no na opa eduru so na oba ben mu anu atro na Ghana fo abo mu nsem ama. Ye de yaw on ni hwe ka bio.
Oh, some point message here.
You don't read messages here. You see, WWOB, Adia Fifi and Emi Wawa Kakra.
Ne one way and say America Semusia within that now Bekasa Ghana for take you 5 days and San Wabeka. What's a mienka?
Adum FM cabinet minister. Jai Bibia Kasa was a release a holding statement. The president, no. Channels of communication. The president of the republic.
Sending statements. You don't go on radio and say it is sufficient. National issue. There's a different means of communicating it.
Mama kind messages kakana fe memra na yenko COCOBOD in sense and other matters me pamocho. We say Obi. So honorable Bediako says fuel is cheap, and that's the reason miracles can travel to cocoa farms. When the NDC said fuel was expensive, Sami Jenfi and his team were able to go to Galamsey site and river bodies to hold press conferences. Sampine Edie and
Sami Jemfi call in year bang in the administration. First year, Peonam Cocoa Farms.
And
Obi, what kind of analysis is Fiifi Boafo making on air? He's literally turning something tragic into politics. How on earth were the diplomats supposed to know what would happen? Even in the US of A, with all the advancement, mass shootings still occur. Are they able to predict the behavior of their own citizens? Charlie, I honestly expected better. And Osedeng, does he know the number of months it took Pam Bondi to appear in Congress when she was summoned? Obinso dia odiaba enono. Honorable Protozoa MP for Suhum. Ose Obi, tell the latest propagandists the NDC has recruited into their fold to be focused on the issues and stop the propaganda. The National Security and Foreign Affairs Ministry are simply sleeping on the job. Honorable Protozoa dia enono. Ose Foreign Affairs ne National Security more dawe adwuma so. Obi, did you read a statement from the Suleiman Abrahama we all know from Media Foundation? Yes, it's him. Interestingly, he opened the statement saying that he just realized some people wish bad for the nation. But see how he was quick to call some people thieves. Obi, sometimes it is the hypocrisy of such statements from people who in some few years back never waste anything good for the country that makes it absurd. As for the Honorable MP for Akwetia constituency, he should tone down on his interjections and trying to direct how other panelists ought to speak anytime he shows up on the show. Had this incident in Burkina Faso happened a few years back, we can imagine how the NPP would have been blamed for being the reason traders had to even travel to Burkina Faso. We know what they said when tragedies occurred some time past. Our hypocrisy in this country stinks. Starsky, New York, US of A, and Odiwe Abraying. Obi, this government should be proactive in their dealings. So if Ekosiisen had not granted an interview, would the Foreign Affairs Ministry issue this statement? 16 children died in this country, and it took the media to call on the government to visit the families before they did. They are just confused. Nana, Amponsa, Bediakon, and Onodiwe Abba.
Because Obi was asking about it.
So, baby, I'm telling you, but at least yes. A statement that I can call.
And it's a statement of facts. It took them 5 days and some workers are and then
before that, not Interior Minister issue holding
statement. So emphasize the fact that it was a holding statement. But America at the end at the answer so near letter.
Very well. If you be Ekosiisen higher sempa 94.7 FM.
No preventing afufro NCB.
Or Adventura 0548443523 and no in WhatsApp number 0548443523. Odo messages by Ebejimre na yakai amount in the Monshanen. So Obi, concerning the troubling incident involving the Russian man and our women, while I acknowledge the statement released by the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection regarding the unfortunate incident, my concern, however, is that it did not outline a clear roadmap for medical intervention. Given the alarming rumors that the man may be carrying an STI, the state must provide mandatory, cost-free medical screenings for all victims and their partners. Hey, Charlie. This should also extend to their partners, with efforts made to trace any subsequent encounters if it becomes necessary to do so. In the current climate, where the 8th Commission is warning of a surge in daily infections, the ministry must move beyond rhetoric and implement a rigorous contact tracing strategy to protect the vulnerable. Charlie. Nana test ya born great. It was Spintex Road. Nasa anos a testing a can wine a befa. Stay. We are buying so the way money.
So you're foreign and the
better make candy. Me make
We say Obi. The man that sent the message, was he in this country? Obi, do you remember this phrase? Quote, we would make this country ungovernable, unquote. This came from the NDC and they really delivered it. Yeah, a wager, yeah, that's it.
Obi, media.
Now the tolerance level or say 2 years ago,
they left government. A few years ago.
And you also
implies that Obia or ya buy web.
As I mentioned,
we logical
is subject to a different for literal meaning.
So, where's literal meaning?
For literal meaning.
But the literal meaning is Obia Sumwa Bemubiano.
The final paragraph I was saying, and they wish for more of such. Unfortunately, the majority of such persons are those who have stolen enough to be able to stay through comfortably when things get back.
And
such sweeping statement, and you don't.
And I'm Fifi, Debbie, you see, media and come or Bobby my client grandma. What would they so or refer to? Let's be fair to him.
Ghana for specific they wish the economy gets back to where it was in 2023, 2024, and they wish for more of such. Unfortunately, the majority of such persons, the majority of such persons are those who have stolen enough to be able to stay through comfortably when things get back.
I don't know more young.
You know, you made reference to people government.
Majority of such persons are those who recently left power and have stolen enough. Honorable Baby
but Obi, sir,
Honorable Baby, or you sue the law in practice.
Oh, the literal meaning. I just says up so have a positive. Then you would it to me. So we saw or the electoral commission court. I don't know.
As you claim more power. Okay, maybe Obi. Good evening. Tell the NDC MP to stop behaving like he wants to direct how the convo should go. Do your Sergio Ramos work and allow us to equally play attack for the cocoa farmers. Your foreign minister was traveling to countries to do propaganda in opposition.
Yeah, Ukraine.
Sadiq Rashid. Or say our Kaswa overhead.
Is this discussion about foreign minister? Why are we doing this?
A statement has come
statement on the matter. Ukraine and Burkina no there. Track away.
No, the check when they say yes, maybe the question now. Near to Ghana has say and to question between Ukraine and Russia. A buy and no crowd are buying taking 5 days and no issue statement to a buy to one among na okujeto blackwa sabre no
honorable okujeto
honorable Samuel okujeto blackwa yes wa for plane na call Russia ekoye propaganda
so no a ranking member of the foreign affairs committee
and we see and Burkina
Obi, this is a classic that uncle
ranking member
yes
no yamfa basic am tua wo ka wo say we minister wo and no crowd to me ko Ukraine ne kwantente
Fifi jani
na
Burkina ya tua wo ka no Burkina we chire ya wo koye
Obi, this is a classical example of how our politicians in the Fourth Republic have failed Ghanaians. How did we arrive at a point in the history of Ghana where a desert country can employ irrigation systems to cultivate vegetables all year round, and we have not been able to do so, and even better than Burkina? This country, in my opinion, has no sense of direction. Taking a look at some of these problems as being discussed today. The question is, when would our politicians from both parties ever do what is best for the country we all love? Or it's just another publicity stunt? My sincere condolences to the families affected. God should save Ghana from the status quo we have. George Ni Okaitei ewa Chicago. Obi, the terrorist attack on Ghanaian nationals in neighboring Burkina Faso is tragic, unfortunate, disappointing, distressing, lamentable, and terrible. My mind, thought, and prayers go out to the bereaved families who are predominantly Koforidia folks. Deeply regrettable. No Kofi Obi, ow. Kofi Sika Deu, ewa Miami. I don't say Miami, Ghana. Are you sure Miami is in Ghana? But anyways, Obi, good evening. What is Fiifi Boafo saying? Almighty America couldn't even foresee that Osama bin Laden would attack them, let alone Ghana. Announce your friend Fiifi, with namesake, Elmina, Enna, or the way Abba.
It's possible say ebi are no money.
Yes.
It is also possible say the intelligence did not pick it. Okay. But what I'm saying is say your intelligence failure and no catch say ye moye ho modern nye ntumi hu bibi sa nye tumi aboya manfo kokko. Oba say catch them say America e failure nti
Ghana so
then why are we paying them?
Obi, good evening. This is Kwapong in Tema. Where is Adam Bona, the security analyst? Adam Bona is your way you. Small Arms, yeah, Small Arms Commission. Sure, or executive director. Fiifi Yemra COCOBOD. And the multi-year explanations is free about how. In fact, I think it's only fair to make a kind statement way from the management of COCOBOD. CEO and Kasan and Insa Eshas and COCOBOD has said, say, senior management of COCOBOD or more salary so by 20%. Senior executive management.
Yes. So the difference is this. COCOBOD, when you refer to executive management,
yes,
it refers to the chief executive and his deputies.
And then the deputies.
They are the executive management.
Okay. And I'll say after that, I'm only 20%. And the senior staff. 10%.
10%.
Senior staff.
A lot, I think, from officer up.
Yeah. And it's a move. What's say Obama Basso, right?
Debbie.
Oh, how?
Okay. The entire Mama Basso is
yes.
We no justify say Osiatiku ni de so Yatikuku board adwuma 4 days so it is a sad day yen na abro pepepe but no menyintum
okay
menyintum san say COCOBOD no say ye sha edin a eda so no ye say a minimum guaranteed price anye bia no sa buo yi die ye de be makuani no nti biribi a ye fi koko afi na se no ye makoko kuani no minimum guaranteed price. Na dia ma guarantee amount say obi anye bia no boto bia mema mpemiensa ahensia aduonum enu na kuani ni bede nyina so aka se o ene eduro ya asuku aduro minkoto bi mfangum koko so e bia na nka koko no se menya apafo ana bedefu bi koboa me nanso ma hoden swa e bia na sika na menya na iswa entime nkonkoye no sa friend say assurance say obema na 3,650 a bag no enti no wakwakofa by day for afọ do makwakoye adwuma enwuma bi ho ne niam bi ho so nipa ne ya waye because aban amane hu say the minimum guaranteed price and in sabeka no 3,650 oda sorry ya aban say wateso e di about 2,500 enti saa hotoso na onyaye ede ebo no ode your friend say so yes adwuma ni nyina no sese no kuani no bisa ho say obeye den anu onye say sika no ede akwakotua saa ka ni nyina. You
mean say ebi mu gina the representation from COCOBOD so edit to anamon
precisely
and as anamon is say anakem
nipa kro na ofa ne by day no on kan che say COCOBOD for at your pay so 10%. Enti saa de also better de so 10%. Onye the contractual agreement between kuani no and nipa koto ne hwaduru ana bede ni no fa no eye gina
yes
enti saa bre no wo de ahokere e na wo de ababetu koko kuani ni so eto so mienu Obi, sir, okay, statement, say executive management.
Yes.
Or more than 20%.
But where I found a bit a year, Omoka said for the remainder of the crop season.
Crop season ends in September.
In that just share it will be February,
March,
April, May, June, July, August, September. That should be 8 months.
8 months, yes.
For
8 months.
Okay.
Unless Omoka says cocoa season.
Okay.
Because cocoa season it starts from October.
Okay.
Now I end it September. And it's also a crop season. It just say September. Obi, almost say 10%. Normative executive management and so 20%.
Yes.
Wouldn't say cocoa kuenino, almost in Sika almost 30%.
Yeah, around 28%.
Yes. And he said, "O per se, a Jew to me say, oh, me and we say what you kuenini yawa. I didn't know kuenini dear, what in the 28. Now, what you what would you 10%?
I come on soon, 28.
And yes, I can also 28 pepe.
And not 13.
And now 13 also, oh, crowned dear, what you queer for you. But when a crock rod, you me and ye be I say, ye drink kuenino. And no dan chaya, a queer for no. Duduana their only source of income. Sika omunye nyina no eni kwa na woye no. Ikoku no enu ni sika nyina. But COCOBOD COCOBOD chief executive enye ni sika onye nyina no eye de hitting account mu at the end of the month.
Na sika ben bio.
Oh, say your man on electricity bill o.
Say kind of conditions.
Beba. Kuani ne de oji de sika na enu bi no de betua electricity. Enu bi na odi betua ni nsuo ka se owo nsuo aban de bia enu bi eno de be ya na hyentia sika odi akọ na odi aba COCOBOD chief executive ntua hyentia sika baabi obekọ bia no
oman ne hye no
oman ni tua ma no COCOBOD ye no onto electricity oman ni tua COCOBOD chief executive oya telephone caller onyo no tua ayo oman ni tua enti eno no so no ye beti 20% free so ana enti se wo kase wo miahu se wo feel kuani ni yawa you are not demonstrating it enough because what would you so 10 and what kuani ni dey so almost 30 but the enti amemeka se eni se kokodu sam pempenso kra ne se sade ya ikofa baye no omo de nyama bebre abefra frema expanding komo no
yes. But the main issue is the drop in the world market price.
And now they are to also say, and the failure on the part of COCOBOD say, a brand na COCOBOD in them 12,000. Now saying cotton. 1 ton now, what's now? A year sheha. A man nay, a bona bedu 4,000. No, I know because Kianino and yes, Adiafa. Nessa. Men to me, for
explanation when why dear boy. We are told say season it be September last year up until time our price no a tumble you know. Na COCOBOD at over 500,000 metric tons dada.
No what
yes. Like the water from farmers no.
Okay.
Water over 500,000 metric tons. The aka or magic cocoa no ama farmers net shit omuntreni 50,000 metric tons and Abai say he will still pay at the old price. Now fe more papa kase was somewhere near 70,000 tons. And if it's true say omato 500,000 tons plus dada and no omato ton ana say how do you reconcile no plus the fact say price ne kosu do baby and there was anko ton omanto and no chere saying
Obi all started season now. The only reason Tia Betuyama Kuku a guaranteed price.
Yes.
And they say one, where the kind of forward sales.
Okay.
So forward sales now why you know a normal visibility
yes.
in terms of Adiana you and the catch now by any sports in Ukraino, you are able to also study the market.
Okay.
Now the NY in Aswaka so say me share market and said the queen and meton sport I meet me away. Intimate me can't let me say almost fix a bois they did not know figure on bet me from the market, I don't be fixed bono. To be say, what was the basis? And in a swap bank at a COCOBOD, the car say, Cocoa be a beton biano, both main crop, light crop, any rollover contract in Nano, Unya, the weighted average bear 7,200. Something should have informed that decision.
Yes.
It is a free enra catch also, even though I did all my studies and came to the conclusion say my weighted average be 7,200, but and my weighted average 4,100. No, besides a day necessary. Because if you did the right thing, and kasa 7,200 na wunya and no, and also the year juma, and me say and sometimes it is very disrespectful. And she blew quite almost so this answer me a cousin. So, when the first time cry, make 90% of FOB. It is so disrespectful.
But it is factual.
It is not factual.
I didn't hear.
Because the friend is saying the FOB price that was given to us is 7,200, not 4,100.
Yes.
You only determine.
But conditions, assessor.
Then every day. That be our FOB price for. The FOB price we use, we call it weighted average for a reason.
Okay.
Because what's your main crop, what's your large crop, and you roll over. And now they determine. And to want to make us say, Enra, na FOB is 7,002. And yes, FOB keko, weighted average is 7,002. And weighted average 4,001. Or China, weighted average. It doesn't work like that.
Before you fix the price, you should have considered some fluctuations that buy in future.
See, the only time I'm saying now a studio here, quite papa. Or see a bonus need only come in because we farmer no minimum guaranteed price now. Se okokoton na se broswa.
Yes.
The broso if it's significant, any bonus. Until you don't have a situation now, or say a swat is so bad, say, I was see a tiquanino, bottom akubiano,
1,000 Ghana.
More than 1,000 Ghana. Something went wrong. And government and COCOBOD is to blame for the SE. Nasa mind the mad the SE dia. No abisa won say enti na won say kuku ni ne de. Ye kotene de so about 30%. Ono ye den. Kuku ni na dwuma ne say obedo ne fu. Obedo fu yase. Obde ne dru ebegu so. Obe perfect edi egu ase. Obe pen kofo mama kwa bokuku no. Obe bru ni kuku. Obe hata. Watwi ho kama na wasoa de akọ. Saa de wose kuku ni ye wa ye ni nyina. Boni be na kuku ni na ye. But obi nso na dwuma ne say already market. Na dwuma no kuku ni so obedo na fu ase. Obi nso adwuma ne say oti COCOBOD already market. And market reading no obi you've had the privilege of trading room hall, sure. A serious business. See a sales executive committee also to me catch or say ocean market now say no because of instability cost we are seeing now sika eco market they are not going to commodities, they are looking at things like gold because people want to keep their money because gold ni be save no enti careful because price betumi a drop betumi catch us say we grinding na koko aye nyam no cost dodo enti no say consumption no it is anticipated say be cost the price a cost. These are things we've paid people to do for us. Ti say nipa no ni sunsu anso one say wanye it is very likely so otu ne fo na omanyi antum because the traders can only sell see a man mandate to sell. Now say obi a ono so take his decision when take his decision a ho kira ba o see makuani ne na ho nkire no kuani ne bone be no waye anu nim komo yi de o maye ne say yakeka nsem ni bebre abom o na kada ho o na your roll over contract o na also makoto bottle anu makoye say so the conversation is expanded into asem na ewo ho nankasa ayese koko kuani di ni koko e de kose yentua neka yentua koko kuani no ka enti o sa ban hwe no tua neka afa no unya starting komo na aha ba fifi ni ese na mbo kegu ho so you move away from the real issue of koko kuani na yentua neka no na afa ko kan kasem o yese mkoto oboto na afa move away from kuani na yentua neka no ukoka boto asem.
By you by that saying say the cocoa price and its fixing, no, it has no relationship with how COCOBOD is run. And a canny are there at the any relationship.
A car da one So we can have that conversation any day.
Okay.
But fixing the price, it is not a matter of whether a cow or an Ekeni. Uncle says executive committee in Kokase ubi out a thought fertilizer kenti and tria the kenti yen to me you cotton quasi into me. That's not how it works.
Okay.
Enti omunya is almost dilute issues, no, but it is in their interest. Some be dilute issues, no, because Abanesa now for near done political football. But no clear woman say so all the ball for political football. Nisun so one say, ya wa kokwa about time for omu may be school kwadani to me koi. Because wakoto ni koko a free November yen trianica.
Yes.
It is all the correct political football. Now the assembly is here no akotonchen. Political football here bono. Nisun so bini. COCOBOD the farmers car about 11 billion Ghana cedis. Omuntriaye. I'll see a tree omuka. Omuko cabinet no. Dr. Atofos in statement or the buy. Or same, Mashe COCOBOD say onko nunko triya foka. Pebibidi nansanya die pebibidi omo twi for baby o se pebibidi mi enko habayire obi o bibidi no enko habayire it's a COCOBOD so was can be da ho a enko betwa ma minister bekare say makachi o se kotua kokua foka kan statement ni biu are nowhere in the statement and the minister na ka say be a Ministry of Finance ye ma COCOBOD sika emodi atua saa kana ababeda ho no koko na ebefi akire ba no ye ma saa kwan so no mafa so e de raise sika because already no there's 11 billion Ghana cedi that was so mukukutua. So just by saying say I've instructed you to go and pay, how do you pay?
But the government a committee many deputy finance minister didn't come. I said government a committee at least cabinet decided say a buying at the $150 million. Ebeto 50,000 na. Akana mama chet no. But 70,000 na also more pay up na de. Oman kesi kan bo mo say a buying beto no at the new
na 11 billion na wo no. And so
e de o maton dada no.
Do maton dada no so mutua 11 billion.
And I said you maton atues kan na.
No wo mutua e. That is why complaints neighbor say ekuafo ne kasi atoni koko free November ebepen sa abre yentua ne ka no.
How is that possible?
Oh, say see a bit more I can admit say 11 billion in ekuafo sika.
Okay.
Because licensed buying companies no omo anso kokwaje bosia.
It's me the
Kotobi oba your friend CTRs CTR na odi COCOBOD na COCOBOD de tua woka.
Okay.
But ekuafo ne bi so de bi ama licensed buying companies now omuntia omoka sesika no is over 11 billion
Ghana cedis. But that didn't come in the Ministry of Finance statement though.
That's why I'm raising the point. And if the question that me be say COCOBOD now wakasa corner immediately go and pay no, how would they pay? It won't so ya hwani na ya ma ade no bedane political footballer. We will lose sight of the real issues. Because me the here power was anko mo imu say kwani na yentua ne ka no ye be kwa kutua de ka kwani na yati de kokoo so no ye be ma ban yati asese aban samfum so edie una akofa baaye enti take it up and deal with it na emane ma metare udin ho te said ye ka Ghana has a ukadum so obi anjo mama say eba betare udin ho say wo Ghana bakwesemu president ono na penso ye ti kokoo kwafo boss ejo mama e bin sida enti president enka de wo ye and obi kaya enkomo start
here final point na honorable mrem na masan about ho
enkomo start here no I predicted said there were only two things in ABC either say aban beka say the aka was otono aban na nkasa be pesika e de pushing COCOBOD na watumi
at the same price 3,600
and te saade a aban no beka se kwani no e ho nkyere no ba menyi ni se saa ho kyere no ye tu kwani no abemu a eyiyi ade ba ko a meka twato na afi wakọ no aboho ne se Ghana ni Cote d'Ivoire saa ehyehyeye a ye Ghana Cote d'Ivoire Cocoa Initiative
yes
ade ba ko a na ye hwehwe se ehyehyeye ne be ye ne se ye be close to the smuggling gap na enkoba ne say Ghana isan see cocoa bo ye turn forward kuafo wonti ne cocoa be Cote d'Ivoire. And now say the reverse will happen say Cote d'Ivoire for so cocoa be Ghana has say. And no sasunti no answer na wo be hye wo bo as a producing country no. Wo asudie say woni wo neighbors no wo be discuss it.
Yes.
So ye de no eda hawo wo so de no eda ne saying okay, so sana tie dia smuggling gap no must first can no must say more than 70 cedis.
Okay.
Smuggling ni betumi akoso. Now saying I think they reviewed it say if it is more than 140 cedis smuggling ni betumi akoso. Okay. Bisa ho say e ba ne say na fe Ghana tumi yi ni die free 3620 e de ba 2500. Abra Cote d'Ivoire fo asan enura abesi ni pi. Say ya dia ense ya bo no. Yabo no 3,600. So almost say a friend is saying world market price.
Yes.
18 na bona ba forma. World market price world market nya what Cote d'Ivoire for koto kuku nana. Ade omo koto omo de me ha me. Ado to na dwofua. World market kure ya ho no moko. Enti sa nkofo ono agbare kopoku ato forcing. Omo bo Ghana fo tirisu bebre say Nana Akufo-Addo we ni dini we ni pabonini because Otua Ghana cocoa for 3,100 a bag of cocoa. Ene osabe no so Cote d'Ivoire for the construction ye. Na ye cocoa no premium. Okay
yeah.
Dr. Abi. Wabeka ye cocoa ni premium, it is more expensive. Wo the other more expensive. Na fe okoton a. Wo to ye 2,500. Nipa ni less expensive. 3,600. So what is happening between Ghana Cote d'Ivoire Cocoa Initiative, Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire, such that 2005.
I think that's a very important point. I remember honorable, the point has been made. Say, despite the major justification about say world market price number from, and it was say Omoma farmers corresponding rate Ghana no. La Côte d'Ivoire, the world's largest producer, no, despite the world market price, no, I'm maintaining your price. Enra mekai my journonline.com story or muye mekai my honorable Eriko Poku. Me who say ene nipa bebre na comment say sa information na me de two jana yentro into memrana me correct it, and I'm like is it there yentro because share my journal online story now. The story is still online. It's there. Côte d'Ivoire maintains 3,600 Ghana's this equivalent per cocoa bag as Ghana reels from 28% emergency price cut.
In fact, sales information no se Côte d'Ivoire for at your mod boss no. Start today and started say
okay.
And before now me call a radio station, but before me call I called my contact Le Cancé du Café Cacao. And they confirmed they said the price has been maintained. Minim baby obokofa omode ni di free.
Very well. Honorable Inti, what then would it mean to government?
Obi, me 40 minutes. Once me mbie ma no.
Oh, talk.
Also 40 minutes.
40 do akasa papa.
Kasama me.
We di nya abotre ma me. Sa statement our kind is see afa Cote d'Ivoire. Also mo ma kosi say. Say March
31st.
Ti yenhwe na ebesi March 31st.
Sure.
Eti enye absolute sir. But what you say?
Yes.
Yes, you follow ohone kakra.
Okay.
There is a problem. Be a problem wo. But don't say aban bia no problem ba or senior or resolve ne problem.
Yes.
Yes, any we industry but baby I do no so sa akache omo presidency attention. They were even calling on almost head of cocoa, no the cocoa and cafe on resign. They are engineer no. And you remember I was here last week. The last thing I be I'm make you phone see a beba hasi about pija ya beti. Akase ya yen be mada and I say bibia de din. Iguso srekuafo say enye sei na ne epe no but abanesa tie pomo chew no munya rehemu wa abanim say eniema antuto ye ene ama aba bedu sei but den hyehyɛ aban no e de gu akwan mu so obehwe makoko saa kwan a yakoi yensan kobio no obeye na me de me ogidie wo president Mahama mu Tia Palmocho. A when I'm de started, na me wia da bia me catch us say, yeah, near Kuafo na, or me affected na Casa Wino. No more de person de politics, no, na fi afisio. Ibini aye ne hani. The same MPP. And omo ka say esanki timi anticipate esanki hu na then ye de sesen market price esanki ye de hu price e beton ha we should have anticipated because as you use or say the average and then ye de ye ni hey kroma enkrofo e ma pension for die o manda pension for the omsika koto aban hweso mo na krom ha brofo e ba ye haircut e do be president akase ye tibitua ono akasa na nu asem sika odi abeto ana o pension sika ese ye de ma okoto aduro nom no ye tibitua ma krom ha MPP de o ma anticipate say sa pension for sika e da ho ese ye de ma no sa bra no mu ni ma anticipation. These are the people o ye politics with cocoa farmers ne haircut e ba krom ha after o ma war power for so long a time, more than 6 years. Anka hokra na kwenya stability abetimi dia hu ne ebesi ochena sa bremom na o kate grofo zika sa nkofo na eye politics obi politics na no mo ye na yeda COCOBOD mpanifo ase o ma che leadership kroma ye betena ha ye ne onabo edu ene sofo charles o mze Aden na say yati kuku yiswa omka wa ha omode omo adwuma efo de omonti o market yaso omka wa ha kroma mwaka ye say ya busise ye ka say busise afi omo akotena ase se da bi ni aba nye akuafo nkwa na ese sofa okra wo nso okan aban be fa bi COCOBOD be fa bi na akuafo nso afa bi percentage wise there we betimi aya argument ese ka we dey 2 ese ka we dey 5 but do baby obi a sacrifice the statement aba almost say executive management almost there so 20 senior staff 10 unfortunate ma even adwuma for ya almost so yawo a almost so suffer bi sa senya yaka makuafo no sebe obi ono nso ya adwuma wo ho nso no nso won expectation ye remfio ye de ya ban ye ti obi ase. It is a ujina na obeka say ade no mo de no mo tesu sei na ese nke ye sei won ji ntumu a say adwumayefo na na anyo ye adwuma nre ya no omo nso they surely will be pained. But they do baby obi a pained obi a sacrifice nti omo so yesere omo nti ase enu nti no man kan say absolute om say ekosi
the end of the
crop season.
Yes,
a year going concern at the end of the day decisions will be taken. Abidjan for no so omo so aka say omo be a steady system no enti omo after 31st March no they will come out again yedim ni omo de beba oni me ya adwen sa good enti bibia no ya absolute ade we mu because obi a monitor market no ni omo ntumi nka ye me nua ntumi nka wa ha say how else they would have dealt with this matter. Debi am catch you see it's so easy and esen komu hu say now on the average in case of come average in case come yes in case come yes what else is the determinant in deciding your friend is saying sika the prices are the bema
what they did in 2017 and they would cushion farmers they will find money and cushion farmers so they will pay the same rate.
I
think that's what they've all said.
Not 2017 ye free so na sign no
buy 457 or 475
and it was 475 and a world market price a drop from 350 to 3,500 to 2,000 in fact it got to 1,800 but achieve the weighted average was 2,100
see
from 3,500 to 2,000
no what two figures be bregu has updated now o say dia kuafo ekai figure 11
billion.
Oh. Why are you reporting from? Don't do this.
I said no. I said COCOBOD hasn't confirmed same.
That's fine.
They have confirmed same.
COCOBOD ne wakasa so confirm 11 billion.
Oh,
please.
I said have confirmed same.
Have one confirm it.
Any figures out fatu
so please me put the enya ho na me ko.
Only figure as obey.
Obetra ukra bibi. Okay, me will figure na menka. Because that is not the issue.
We did 30 seconds. Also only figure. After figure. Hey.
Me can answer me figure.
Anya national can see here.
Me can
allow the honorable member
to finish. You see, you sat your 2 figures away. Keke cry. Obi, you were even shocked. What's a conversation you say that? What's it? Oh, please, let me talk. Please stop this. You said a lot of untruths, but let me deal with the issues. So leave me. What 2 figures a quick? Who told you, Obi? In all this discussion, a cabinet minister betra only a COCOBOD in paid for wedding comedy. Obi a confirms on the farmers 11 billion. Where is that figure coming from? What crowd is say you were shocked? Or say bad discussions anymore. But what you the baby and pass will be the Obi 11 billion. You come and sit here at Sempa FM of 4 places and throw out the figure. And you expect me to sit here and applaud you? Said, "Yeah, can I know?" A press conference. Obi, just check that. Oh, no, I'm Nyabotre. Obi, I pay na fe uche no si o enye ni nia na farmers direct. But you let me deal with it the way I want to. It's not true. Say I bind the Ekwiafoka. You see, you may do all the gerrymandering and fact. Because you want power. Speak to the issues. Yendi chinyesi yendi Ekwiafoka. Abaya director so munko tuye Ekwiafoka. You know it. The president of the republic in the cabinet, the finance minister, or the sector minister, minister no. Wa director so munko tuyaka. Omgusu tuya processes ombetuya nemo moma kire se senia wa kire mu ya waka menim ye nti omum pese ombefa ni abaya to dada no ye nti so we are paying the same 3,006. Is that not true?
Yes, for 50,000.
Yes, what to dada no. But also going forward, because of the problem, and now the deputy finance minister Kasai 150 million and on the cushion dollars. Well, sure. Adia President Mahama nim yene so obeditro. Ewo na abemu a obum. Wo betra are you saying wo say na the ju bag na say yenka me enya no na me beka because I'm dealing with Ekwiafo. At the appropriate time no yebekọ me there say President Mahama say yenya forensic audit into what administration motra COCOBOD ATSD. Let's see what comes out of it. But in the meantime ye the Ekwiafo ne ye de ye ne omo kasa. See esrewom. Enya ne ye ehwe ni. But Obi, at least in the last, is it not true? Say, in 2024-2025, the world market price need do 10,000. Okay, $10,000. Now a FOB per bag, no. Now 9,688. Please, there is that. No, you are no. There is the the rates. There is the ton. I have reduced it to bag. So if you don't know that, please allow me. There is a ton. I know what I'm saying. The ton and 16 bags now ton him.
Yes.
And to me, I'm reducing on a matress per bag. And your bag near ton and now they ask me. And to per bag, you know, na it's a brain. Now 9,688. Good. At the time,
Ghana cedis.
Yes, Ghana cedis. Per bag. I feel you ever train your Kuafunya near Banya. Are you getting it? What are they? Good. Sabre no Kuyanino. Sabre no more buying. No Kuyanino 3,100. 2024. Now buying 6,588. In terms of percentage. These are the records. Records. Oh, I'm saying, we will face them when politics no person. Na a buy percentage. No nya a woman no 68%. No nya 32%. This is what Meba. Yes, 2024-2025.
Yeah, can reality.
Allow me.
Where's the diamond say you are catching?
Note everything. You have the opportunity.
Yeah, but
68, 32.
Yes.
The farmer.
Yes. And no na a year to force in doctor. No more kasan. Let me come to 2025. Now, 70% in a bad way. To the farmer and then 30%. Yes.
No, sir, I think time na moya campaign. Honorable Erikopokumo can say, or say, about 60% and my farm.
Yes, and internet me ba net sanke ebeka se sa na ezo mutua. Logic. Se na sa na no mutua ke ebeka. Obi nyabotre asemwe no ma to bebre agum say na no mtuama farmer. I'm saying, you see, when they do this, share that no ma yi or it has on two figures na do egu no ma jai the prevailing rate na war international market no na price wo no ma yi afim uti aba what so 1000 what is to say but more breson yen hwa he anamoto no. I've repeated this. Let's do that debate. Obi one kasa kona ko fa na hwe ne yeton ne sen wa ma no ne na mo akuafo ahe na na ban so fa ahe. This was the reason why any communicators ne aban mu mpanifo at the time no more kasa say you are shortchanging the farmer. Nya ya ba dane no. And ya kasa also can 90% no say it's not factual, but we went to me and chirem which one is factual. Did you ever give 90%? Did you even give 80? Did you give 70 to the farmer? It's only say 7 abase yate ebo no so. Okay? And ama abase ye eno anso ni ebins ni atom. Okay? Enti no okofa ba agese ene owo sika foforo bi ade be fi baabi ade be hyem. Otherwise enye chemistry. This is not chemistry. Ni ekoto no ho no na mo wo a certain formula mo de ye. Ni mo de makuani ene ni aban fa ni ti awa no no. Obi. Enti ye breso no. Ni e ma mo breso no na mo makuani no percentage sen.
Yes.
Ena na aban so fa sen. Ene no aban no fa sen ena makuani ne sen. Otherwise the only thing denominator no market price na was ro. I know the menu me no ntimi nya ho hwe. But abaya okay money man for no. No. So let me come to look at the figures for your friend is saying asat and as abre no unim sa abre no ne na ebo mo mpo ye dollar because at that time no na dollar near 15.5. You know it's also a determinant.
Yeah.
Now in 2025-2026 August I didn't be do $7,200. Sa abre no na dollar 10.25. Okay, it is certainly neze ni awokonya free mu deba na akuafo se ne ombeti ase eswate because dollar no akofom ye nia nso ye hwe other sectors se dollar ne kofom eboa fuel ka ho sebe adura ye display efuom ekoya kodu eye we decide kodu 70 cedis wo krom ha akuafo oti om kan kire me enet ne boy say can you talk as obi a wa ye koko adwuma na won ka we decide asem. Are you being fair? You didn't have Kasam Pawadaroma. Debbie, me, please, you have 40 minutes.
I'll give you comments to use with
what do you mean? Oh, Mate.
We don't
so please, Mamin Kabas. Me cocoa farm and you now bet me tell me cocoa and talk. It's an encouragement as to whether they take it. Me, my family, Omo Cocoa. Who on crying and I hear yeah, you soon to send your cocoa beans more. So stop it.
COCOBOD,
yeah, can't really stop it. As I okay, I said,
note it when your time and
all things guys are encouraging. It's not fair. Make us about 2 months and make us expose of Nehoya. At the time, dollar at 10 point. Tobo and some Makagum Bebre, yes, suppose Mamunya would train. At the time, no, 2020 August in 2025. And Sabre no so far no per bag na 3,100. Now 3,100 no now buying efa a year 6,000. Per bag near 9,000. No, this is yes 3,228 per bag. Near na twama ninya no. Now buying efa 1,387, 84.25, representing representing 30% for a buy. Okay, and another farmer no, my farmer no,
and we Momoba.
Yes, 2025. So on your metro, 80 Nasa Abreno, 70% na yen de ma farmer no, ya Daniel fee, bra no mu short change. Farmers no, and when the price no cocoa juice because at the time no, next what at the world market no from 10,000 to 7 started and yet we still gave the farmer 3,001 because yes, it's a percentage no.
No, I think 3,001 was another left off in the mono initially. What they call 3,002.
3,228.75.
As on a later, more 4
maybe by 3,222.75 no was at the time one. ni ateso, and that point has to be made. Because from 10,000 now, Babe do 7,200. That's what
on the world
market, which is the primary factor. I check price. BBI ni hobby. I just want to catch them and say no more scabi or mudifi baby and ditia.
Confusion I basa.
So what you say? So it is a fact. It's a normal tone.
Honorable confused.
Oh, you see, when you do this, you are not being fair. Confusion any day. When you do this, you went through.
Fifi, allow him to finish.
You are not being fair.
Member, please proceed.
No, but when you say I'm confused, what can somewhere I am trouble break? That's not a fair comment.
So if you are confused, can't I say you are confused?
How are you able to determine?
He's not confused.
You are interpreting.
Fifi,
were you not just on radio? Yes, I will say it because if you tell me
you are confused,
how can you tell me I'm confused? You tell me I'm confused.
Fifi,
and yet the first
allow him to make his point. He saying so you're confused and you're a fair comment. Allow him.
Don't do this.
Honorable, relax, focus and proceed.
For you to tell me I'm
honorable Tobo.
I confused there.
Fifi, let's show.
You don't know what you are talking about.
Honorable, procead. Honorable, proceed. Meet you.
Now this is it. These are the facts. So in 2025, yes, a sign. And I near Mercury and in 70. And I near a buying so fat
30.
Good. So this is what the farmer was getting. 3228.75. Is it factual or not?
As far as the initial price that was announced, yes.
And this is a person who doesn't know and telling me I'm confused.
Honorable, relax. Proceed, meet you.
Now the government then was taking 30% of that, which was 1384.25. And I rest, eco farmer. Now, this is what happened. Because dollar is PJ. Okay? So dollar no and that's 10.25. No. It's PJ 11.50.
Yes.
Of course, 11.50 no. Emma yeto cocoa because ne born akos.
Yeah. And I'm only 400 cities.
Thank you. Are you following this?
Me too.
Who pay propaganda to say the so ebeka not because of anything, but it was because not price in the sabre no na enye no na asesa but dollar no epijai. And once dollar ni pija na say we influence no amu apija.
Yes.
Wo besesa nsidisa enam ye de ka. This is our record. But what you say aban a on drink cocoa farmers on any. But unfortunately no and aba sharp aba bedu 4,200 a form. Then the government said asem not to say annoyed. So what I would have to do, perhaps, say, okay, my me dollar no so enam 10.95. Until my me enya me to me say, okay, na me mom 70%.
Yes.
But se si ane die, men dane no enko 90% in farm mom. At least widows might kakra me to me di aboa. But when I'm done, ni America told that die, me farm sanka. Se be or be akra na me kope. Na me de shemu na kuani no nsa ka ne sika meye but going forward no me stress o montima sese because the bono swate na sebe other sectors enso hia sika ye de beye ye ntimi nkosese sika ne nia mfema nti ye be sere kuafo se ye nka se problem ni omo going forward no we ni ye de beto kusi se crop season no be de
e be kwa wie
ye wia ye be hwe trend no ni ye decide on what to do. But you see, like I'm saying, no cocoa farmer no nte sebe Azerbaijan or Ghana. In Ghana near system ni ko bia no so ye den e. So as we speak, say or the motorbike ran a kwafu mu a auto fuel. Because of sa dollar na etimi ate na ma fuel eba system no ye ton a ye timi ton relatively cheaper than ebra na buy for also ni ntino. Cocoa farmer na to fuel a oto no cheaper. Asamu ani e kan ni e ka sebe na na make we decide ebo. So be challenge me na nane boys en. Beyond ni niemu no sebe se farmer no na ye ka say cocoa farmer no so oto okodwom oto aduane. Obi you and I me no be ya do ne me be ya adwen say eniema ye ton wo dwa so no compared with at least the level at which ananiema ebuo ko no and enter say bio We have a choice to make as a people. Say, no, my dollar and cost
because auto electricity or tunes and also boakos.
Yes, or can not say yeshana etesa. It's a legitimate year. As I buy no, so a idea okay, so electricity won't say what can be. A big cough for me being so costly. It will bet me yes, I can't claim no say. I buy her not a yenya and I'm praying that one day a bit do baby. I didn't be call for no be able to me top power at a very cheaper on carbon. Okay, but we shall buy the record. I'm a watcher we are. And you buy because a $1 the page I know, you had the 400 crown. But what must say? Because until we have a choice as a people, and please bear me out, as someone make it in year, say because as we speak, $1 let's say cost through baby. Nasi ya kokoton kuku ya betu kuku mu okruma. Because ya yebida. I hope you are getting the point.
Yeah.
Ya yebida because ya two mu no $1 the cost ro kakra no ya two mu. It is ya timisa kasa okay, well we don't mind. Ye nje mu. Na $1 ne cost ra ya koton wo amanone a ye benya sika bebre. Ya ba ya betum. E bi kura ya beton more than 3,006. So as a people, it is not just yisa obeto agum say abana you say ana wa anye say and that watum wantum say $1 no e cost ra surely ye konya sika de be break ani no. But they be affected other sectors. Okay. Enti nia yesre ne say ekuafo yes. Enye say ne pe no. But I feel say sanya miminim ne niam bi amehu e wo sa de mu no mimi hu no sa ban sebe ahye da say obeyo kuku kuani boni.
But the argument of say because COCOBOD studies the trends, you know, when the price was favorable, there was some lucky in contractor and can be protected Ekuafo free way.
How did Cote d'Ivoire no refer to? How did they handle it?
But that's why they have not reduced.
No, you see, and no America was almost there no. Yeah.
Even if up to March 31st, and they've not reduced.
No, but near thought that I see it here discussion.
Yeah, 50,000.
Yes, sure. Yeah. But it's only same say buying her in the coffers. Me say bad things be beyond that. And this is a cabinet meeting. Meaning just not so easy.
All considerations
what we're on the table. But apart from say can normally come back to Cote d'Ivoire. What check is almost now say price bang last year and almost maintaining. Ideally, no COCOBOD de bianca costro. Just say it be a world market price above. Now be a so currency no and so as stabilizing because okoje more forester.
Yeah.
Certainly a bit more price.
You will not agree with more say a buying taking decision said they are told that no me pesca dia summer cinema maintain the price na mama. And ka buy man in trium to the end of this crop season.
No, ideal.
Now if next season you announce a new price.
Will be ideal. Me entina be kasi yes requia for se niam to 2 year. Egame me pom je me start here ni any me nkomodie was akuku asem mu. I've been consistent. So be kan okra. I am not me argument here politics na ni pa bi a sheda so moye. But okuani ne de e kwan bia so. Sabi yes, the argument say the cement boako from it's a fact. It's a fact. But you see beyond the no. Obi akuani no because me nya ready say me cement. Me kope me fufuo di me bi adi. Enti o kan no wa hwe. But to deliberately come with somewhere you be say as obi and ashada about the trimu pose it is not supported by the fact because during your time let me yes during their time no be some that question say what was the percentage that question me nya farmer no as compared to a percentage no what it is now na chere say ne se niam ye ya na se ye maintain percentage ya empo ye di gina 70 na ya ye bi pen na wahu na we are treating the cocoa farmer far better than they did.
Very well, honorable me that say Fifi in the you would answer that question now fe ni figures na or man I saw say na o different way na we ye no so anu am na to answer me pacho
minority in parliament a press conference yes omo press conference omo ka say COCOBOD, a cow Ekuafo, that is Ekuafo LBCs no, is over 10 billion. This was a statement by the minority. And they attributed it to Nkoma Omoni chief executive of COCOBOD ADA when he appeared before Parliament. It will be in the studio has say the person must address his mind to the akoso and maybe say back and forth He also made reference to Cote d'Ivoire for letter no. Omo can say in March 31st March. This is the difference. Ghana, now so your price the minimum guaranteed price at the beginning of the season the query year.
Okay.
The core season every year. Cote d'Ivoire is different. Cote d'Ivoire almost two prices are omodema.
Okay.
Almost main crop price and then light crop price.
Light crop price. Oh, okay.
Until light crop price never at the end of March.
When you are entering the light crop season,
and no modeba. Until say it has nothing to do with whether obia kotoni kukusi and awan kotoni kukusi every year be an light crop because Ghana say light crop they discounted. A big crowd no the enketo party discounting to about 20%. Anything you can weighted average now. You can about one, your main crop beans, your light crop beans, and then a discount. Now, if you watch say, roll over contract and so on, now the NY count, that's how you achieve your FOB. Almost say 63%, and a government name 39%.
You have to address and say what percentage of the FOB are farmers?
Obi okay, this uncle will also die. Tell the person so reality, you won't come. And yes, you what that. Figures be ebo ni trimuno eno beka ho asem wo hase daye because anya daye no nipa ne so en kon kasa ayensem no obi che wo o say won hu say 12,000 ti aban na masei but owi anu abeka che also the weighted average need to say these people omo betena fidie so several times quoting figures and omo average omo FOB price. They were just making those figures. I'm telling you, they were talking about 63%. This is the difference. Last year, when Honorable Brian Achampon took over,
that's last 2 years.
Last 2 years, when he took over as the Minister of Agric, he's over the years, COCOBOD and say you should net FOB. But Honorable Brian said you should net FOB. A net FOB is a money be why general industry costs. Before you determine the percentage that will go to the cocoa farmer. Yes. His argument was that it allowed COCOBOD to pass on, quote unquote, and the shortcomings to the farmer. So we should rather do gross FOB. So that changed the dynamics. So the 63% was gross FOB. What they have used is net FOB. We have actually paid farmers 89% of net FOB under the MPP administration. I'm getting the graph. Because yes, I graph no da. And I'm trying to go through my phone. I'll share it with you when I'm done. Who on my phone is wa. And so be because I make sure wa. Na se bi onim asem no de oka. And almost I agree with the fact that staff.
In the last season and sana MPPA free power no. The price now more pegging at 3,100.
It was over 70% net
of the net FOB.
Yes, it was more than 70%.
It was more than 70%.
It was more than 70%. Yes, but the gross was 63%. But
63 to the farmer.
To the farmer. But if you go to the net, just as you have done, it was more than 70%.
In their case, no, you saw net
FOB. That's what they did. And the truth is that over the years, COCOBOD used net FOB. But I remember Honorable Brian Achampon insisted when he became the Agric Minister, said he would not allow us to use net FOB, but he will insist we should use gross FOB because a non-Ebema farmer no any more price. Nene de no mo ka kire.
Also for education's sake. Say o can net FOB now. We say that is the gross no minus industry cost.
Industry costs.
Now industry cost no some if say na a share 30% ebeba COCOBOD.
No. You see, anyamani bi wa.
Okay.
It affects the farmer, it affects COCOBOD, it affects hauliers, it affects the license buying companies. So at the producer price review committee level, they admit say way there a part of industry.
Okay.
See, ebi wa specific to COCOBOD. Ebi why is specific to the license buying company, and ebi why is specific to the farmer.
Okay.
It's the specific no over with there, but the can you consider no
as an industry cost. Okay.
So that constitutes difference in the amount the gross.
In the Ube is industry cost. Now when you're net, and then you calculate the percentage for the farmer on the net.
But you see, it's 70% now. You cannot crown. You say you don't even go below the 70%. And at the time, when you achieved and I say your weighted FOB price, before you even go into the conversation as to other industry players, also making sure say under no circumstance, and Alabama fair money are less than 70% of the net FOB. It is any Babajina Kasa and Matis or Monk Sankomwe. Oh, yeah, dear crown, and a yes, MP before the a year. So we make cook in 2,500. Or say a year crass so be no be man 3,100. Well, a beer or more fun say Quienino Unim.
Honorable Erikopoku analysis based on Neoma be a queer for title. You sue Neoma or you sue tractor. Or you sue
tractor. Tractor. That be you see, Obi, sad disrespect and another make a no. What Erikopoku of a constituency that has produced Honorable Erikopoku. I'm not saying they say be out of this, Madame Fopa. Of a constituency, a producer trade national best cocoa farmers. Sadia Esino, a queer for one constituency. In 3 Omoka from November. Obasu Oquiani Nanko Totrata and on Totra and Okototrata etiso. Bisa won't say Oko Goso. A queer for an autotractor. Obeka, Ghana, ye cocoa farmers. Average cocoa is about 2 hectares for one cocoa farmer. And in Yamani Bebrewa. Woke kase a word inflation basket ni ma omokokoto ayatete so ni ntino kweni ni wato it does not affect them. It does not. Enti wan hwe ne ya you are using your personal situation to justify say sanity dia koko kweni ni wato. Ni wonto no. Me friend in fact there was one woman best cocoa farmer of friend me now no fiada. And unim the concern. Ose boys are wako forma omoye adwuma ma nyina no 2 days ni omonkwa fum because every November odi ni kuku coin ntua omoka enti mrantie ne nso se asesa na tie dia nkofo obo galamsey wanchiri ase so they would rather go and join the galamsey operators ni sunsu aso ne yedai enti wa hwe ni ye na se o ma ne be ye oh ene ye cry de ne better than omodie no ho na ka chose kwani na etua 3,100 no oso opese we ma 2,500 wa hwe ni ye ya wo hu obafa kuafo ne fo akuafo mo nya fu die ye ken no sabio omuti etu omukon so ayo omuboto masem ne ye ken yo koko kuani a waka kire ne se onya boto dua obenya 36,000 neno onya boto dua eso te more than 10,000 no o ka kire ne se o kra wo wato inti we ye de ya wa na ye den. The same with the staff as a man now honorable can wasem. I sympathize with my former colleagues because staff most of them this whole we trade in near the any problems they buy in no. Ono nka hu bi o. Oye COCOBOD staff or what grow yisu. Oye COCOBOD staff or when near mote. Oye COCOBOD staff or what a friend say ya metra. O sorry a oni akuafo ene kwafum ekokosho mo. Enti that ton na was ton one cotton at the right price and what children no. Must you pass it on to that staff for the staff to suffer? And you know what? This was even a decision I can tell you. Okay. So it was not even done in consultation with the staff.
Decision there,
decision say at staff are no.
Oh, say be your money union in the Bishia. Some was senior staff union.
Senior staff union, yes, there is. But at the board level, we were represented by the junior staff whose salary was not reduced.
Now, not senior staff rep or board, no way.
Senior staff need rep or board, so.
Oh, yeah, I remember ECG that issue. So
they were represented by Honorable KBB. Honorable, of course, I was on radio. Na sebio OBT radio is and then just wait bonkoso. So to say, say, radio soon and wote. I am only drawing his attention to the fact that Sabio. But I confused. I
don't let us.
So don't claim you are an expert there. You have never been an expert.
I think don't let us go back. Nay, before na Fifi.
Because you have known you only expertise that must be made.
Mommy Inchaso. Ekosiisen so high Sempa FM. 47 minutes after 6. Enche me wosima be edu e wase sorry every Jumedi ne so. Enti honorable Bremuna fe yen sorry nko. And Messi was say don't let us go back. Let's deal with the issues. Me pacho.
You may not agree with me, but what you count here? I'll catch up and you're confused. Do you understand that?
So bit radio so I be oti bonko.
Me say I don't know before na e ba enti e mo be
interested. Maybe you know I'll be the last person. Who are radio so who are lawyer? Who expertise one ya minimum. But you I will insist say who need expertise bia okokom. At
the time
I'll call two corner would be our question and then now the propaganda. Come on. Let me say this. Obi, foul or calculator. Just let's do this. Near say, Obi Zana, someone's went to me a young percentage saying I'm with the Moafi or say, no more than no more than. So let me help you.
Okay.
Obi Now I must say, there is nothing I never can say that Treasure went to me and prove here. Or some minority in say. Now, if say COCOBOD only 10,000, fact just one scenario, and you know this is done in academic.
Sure.
Just say 10,000. Now dollar rate is 15.5.
Yes.
FOB per ton. Yes. Do the calculation, Mami.
Okay. Into 10,000. In the 10,000 should be the FOB now. But I am multiply dollar rate
in
Ghana
at the time.
Okay.
15.5. Yes.
In the Nobel 155,000 Ghana cities.
It is a Oma FOB price no per bag in that case. What they divide 60 now. About
9,687.
Thank you. Into so much we need 3,100. Okay.
Yes.
Now henna what your fee 9,600.
Okay. Into say 3,100 right in the minor.
These are the facts.
3,100. In the Ebeka 6,580.
It is a Quianino 3,100 na representative a percentage. This way may expect near Dahonam the Eduma. Quianino percentage are the man no Sabre Ness and no.
Okay, to get the percentage, you know, how do I do it? Into okay, into 3,100. Getting the percentage in the bed, you know, maths.
So, so this is it. So 3,100. Okay, yes. Out of the total amount
of 9,000,
6,580. Ebeka 6,000. Yes. Out of the total times, so the percentage times 100.
Okay.
So what you say?
Okay.
Into the 3,000 over the 9,000. 680 times 100.
Yes, into let me do it this way. Into about 9,688.
So 3,100 out of 9,688 times 100.
Into divided by 3,100 times 100. No.
When 3,000. So because open the percentage.
I think it's very important that
we do this. Very, very important.
And let me see.
If we any mathematics,
I'm calculator.
Lawyer for
that me a lawyer.
You see, this is it. You may engage in all the whatever. These are nominal figures. Also, they are dealing with nominal figures. What turn 2001 and okay, no, not just 3,000. These are just nominal figures. In terms, we will deal with the nominal figure. Say fa we is a research worker ya fa ye dey what you say so.
But certainly you come to the conclusion say less than the percentage will be. I
have the percentage. No, 32%. It at the times and then this in pay for kasa. You know what? Yes, na unim ni na woye gerrymandering kwa na ye gross net whatever. We straight figures. Yen to ho. Say now go turn say at the time 10,000 as a dollar rate in 15.5. Next over benya 9,688. These are facts. And I now make you no 3,100. Niaka no now fa. And it represents 32% to the farmer. These are facts. Say na obe chiremu say na otiti sika bi free mu na eno na obi say otiti free mu wia no asa ate after ni free mu aba no asa ate bi asa ma ban na kwani na fa 3,100. Is this what you are doing? No, yes sir, is this simple? This is what you are doing. It is some no say mo person ye biemu ayemiemu ye. Nobody has disputed, and I will be the last person. Cabinet Minister Betana ha catcher say, yes, no, and you mode. And yes, sir, you'll be there, say, okay, need that amount, no. President Mahama Krehano. But ya power much we no more politics now, person yes is holier than thou, more Anglican than the king or the queen of no, nya Catholic, Anglican than the queen of the queen of England, now the king of England, no. Your best puzumo. Because Obianfa mathematicians name why. Obianfa but 32%.
Fiifi data now they send me no.
Data be.
No, we're sending me data on production and producer price. 2024-2025. Producer price in Ghana is 48,000. And gross percentage of gross FOB 62.94. And also project FOB projected FOB per ton $4,850.
OB na amanone sabre ne ton saying it's missing here. One me adwen say is missing. Wasn't it a ton saying?
Yes, world market.
Yes, I mean that is the only data. Why would you hide that one? You see the problem. One problem, no. Why are you hiding that one? Bring it out. Near Tony San Woho. Because I know near any day Eshishawaha. Okay? It will try and say, and I have told you, say 10,000 at the time. It will go to 15.5. No, be 9.88. It will never mark. We need 3,100. No, that is 32%. How can you then come and tell me say now money 60%? Where is that coming from? Mass Ben no. Next 3,001 no, 5,000 something now. You know less than 3,001 no.
No, I think you've made the point very clear now. Fifi, now you've heard the analysis now.
So let me
We're
answer.
breaking numbers down.
So let me answer.
32% and Amodema farmers. How do you respond to that?
Okay, so
specifically on the mass now.
Yeah. Nick understanding of the calculation is wrong.
I didn't hear.
This is where I have a problem. No, I won't accept this.
Answer.
No, I don't like this. As a certain. It's not fair.
I agree.
As a certain. Also, now
I understand what I'm talking about.
You don't.
Honorable.
Who is making noise?
Honorable.
No, but you may make your point without those. It's unnecessary.
That's fine. I think it's a fair point here. Fifi, straight to the point.
Why you may say what you know.
Honorable.
Say it. The discerning listeners will judge. But don't bring in those things. What the party ever
the figures now go straight to the point. Why do you disagree with him straight?
COCOBOD,
yes.
You were the friend producer price review committee. At the time, a producer price review committee, they look at cocoa sales over the period. Over the period, no, we roll over contract. No, what's here free. what the account was strike average. You also take into consideration main crop beans and light crop beans. And no, and I would strike average. Obi babets na radio so. Nas or catch will say because world market price there was a day near 29,000, near 10,000. So he's using that 10,000 or 9,000 to determine
the calculation.
Then the person on TSA and then the person doesn't understand it.
So you are saying, sir, the NDC based their promise of 6,500 to farmers on one day behind.
Yes.
Okay, so to make it simple, that year in question, saying that
it was $4,800 because of Obi at the time.
Obi.
I think
I am the one the question has been asked. So why do you think that you should be allowed?
Or this our way in the Beba, and then I'll come back to you. Now you settle the debate so once and for all.
Obi,
and if you use 4,800
at the time, MPP taking over.
Yes,
cocoa price was actually 3,500. A drop we had to 1,800, and this went on over a long period.
Yes.
Cocoa price started picking at the latter part of 2003. And you know we do forward sales.
2023.
2023. We do forward sales.
Yes.
And they started picking because we are started selling already. So you strike your average. And so be I could pick 1 day price. Because 1 day price near they can. Unim say cocoa. Under the NDC in 2024, cocoa price could do 13,000.
2025.
2024. 2025. It could do 13,000. Should we use 13,000 to build a figure? The determine FOB price. I don't know. We use 7,200, not 13,000.
They use weighted average.
They use the weighted average, and to be a baby catcher will say. Now a price here 9,000. When you see 9,000, what is missing the background on TSC?
I think your point is also clear now. Your point is also
clear. What is missing in this? How the weighted average was calculated. Because we didn't know hiding. If you please, you don't know what you are.
Weighted average is achieved from your main crop, light crop. Average. So that's how it's achieved.
And you're giving a crop here. All within a certain season. It will be try and say, now you have 1 and 5 and a weighted average. But why they hide the source? Say a 1 day pen a call 10,000. How did they arrive at the 4,500? It doesn't mean say a Koya could do same within that season. You know why they hiding? If you want star intellectual, nyabotre. Konya figures in the brand. Naturally, and said this is how you came by it.
But it will be the same thing on Momon. So someone will be in figures.
No, but they are using the nominal figures, and you are using over the. They are using the nominal figures here to afford 2,000.
Yes.
On him, how we came by that? Has he said it? I don't know. Go using a calculation. Say because you are using a certain the dishonesty. Because any answer you got 2,500. Konako use formula. No, na say we are wrong. Na say we are wrong. But you don't use the nominal figure. Say for this amount of. Is it not the nominal figures he's using with all his acclaimed whatever? Are you getting the point I'm making? You are here saying say make 3,000 just the nominal figures. Also saw your formula. Use your formula to calculate it. Now say yes or change farmers before you can talk here. What to me to near and good pennies out. So also your formula. Use the formula. Now say buy so ya short change farmer.
But we cannot have 30 seconds.
No, well, thank you.
The NDC administration.
Yes.
A Continental Producer Price Review Committee meeting, chaired by the Finance Minister, Kesela Toforsen, and they came out to say the weighted average was 7,200. And me, Fiifi Boafo, and I'm a cancer.
Okay, so that is already a public knowledge.
So if you say we should use a different figure, I am only making reference to the average that was achieved by the committee chaired by Atoforsen.
But that weighted figure, I the 3,600 nearby, you know.
I know that the 3,600.
Yeah, what will be the weighted figure?
Using today.
So I'm just
maybe that's what
I'm repeating. So that will be a one tier said that. On we got meeting, or say 7,200. We are working with it. Adechiya or see assessor.
Okay.
Was another weighted average. And I'm repeating, say, we do not. It has never happened in the history of COCOBOD. Say in a year,
weighted averages. Okay.
Wait. So the only reason you do this dishonesty is this. Look, which is unim say no, because you see,
is when you produce.
Use the American say use your own formula. No, also the you want see a use your formula now, has it ever happened? Sit here to and then tell us, say, figure now. You can come. Yes, because you are using
Ekosiisen say higher 94.7 FM.
No.